Hi, this is Alan Cowgill, and I've decided to do a training on something that I rarely talk about to other folks, but I actually do it every single day. And it's a way that you can make money, a lot of money, and it's actually a way that people that aren't doing it are very, very curious about how to go about it. And I'm going to pull back the curtain and show you exactly how I make money all the time. Um, and I actually have a passion for it. It's a lot of fun. And I would grab a pad and a pen and turn off your phone and close the door and turn off the TV and pay attention to this because I'm going to show you a very simple program, but I'm going to give you a lot of depth within it, and there's going to be a phenomenal amount of training. So what I'd like to ask you is, how do you like to have cash pouring into your bank account while you're sleeping, sailing, savoring fine wine in a European cafe? Then here's how. A way to wealth? Well, what I'm going to show you is how to create massive passive wealth on the internet with very little work, dirt cheap startup cost, and in just a very few steps. So, making money on the web? Well, if you're a beginner and all you can do is email, that's fine. Uh, you can learn how to make money very simply. And if you're an intermediate, maybe you're above that, doing search engines and things, being above just emailing. And this is for you. And then if you're an experienced folks, maybe already doing some stuff out there on the internet or very close to doing that, you're gonna learn a lot. I'm gonna pull back the curtain on how you can make money in your spare time with information products. Well, a little bit about my background and why you should listen to me. Well, I'll tell you what, I started out as a broke factory worker, and I went from driving my mom's beat up car um, and selling blood for money to getting number one ranking on Google and making thousands last year selling how to information over the internet. After combining a few powerful search engine optimization strategies, my website zoomed to the number one position in Google. Since then, it's been racking up sales almost every day of the week, and there I am. I put in a couple terms and hit the button, and bang! There, I went out and took a look, and there I am as number one. And you see a couple links to websites above mine, but those are paid website. Mine, I got it organically. All you have to do is turn on your knowledge and turn it into information products like newsletters, ebooks, which I love, or audiobooks. An ideal business. Let's take a look at an ideal business and kind of get a snapshot of that. Well, number one is you'd have total control in an ideal business. You'd make money from something that you have a passion for, something that you're interested in. You would be able to leverage your time, money, and energy to make money. It would yield a high profit margin, say up to 95 or 98%. Requires very, very low startup cost, no inventory, no expertise, no employees needed. Easily, simply, and quickly create large amounts of profit. The good news is, no matter what your expertise or lack of, you can develop this business and become a very profitable business easily and quickly. You can have multiple streams of income. Just think about that. How would you like to have more than one stream of income? Well, here's a number of streams of income. In fact, I call them rivers, and these are mine. Ebooks, home study systems, webinars where you have a webinar and people listen to it. Maybe at the end you sell something, or you have a webinar and you sell other folks' stuff. You create more products, which I seem to have a knack for because I got a lot of products. Maybe you could have a member's website and speaking at events. So here's my income streams. The websites, email promotion, joint ventures partner with website sales, website to their list, website to my a webinar to my list, a webinar to my list with a JV partner, standing on somebody's stage and selling my products, the cost to get into an event, which is called the gate, and sales of my product at my live events. Now, we're going to focus in this training on just website sales. So here's the way I make money on my website directly, email promotions or joint venture partner, and have website sales. Now, I'd like to have you write this down. There's 5 steps that I'm going to go through. Like I said, this is a very simple program. There's only 5 steps in it, but I'm going to drill down and give you depth on each one of these. So step number 1 is to find your niche. And I'll explain that here in just a second. What is a niche, in case you don't know what it is? Number 2, you develop your product. Number 3 is you create a website. Number 4 is you get people to the website. And number 5 is you build a fence around your herd with back-end sales. What's a herd? Well, your herd is your customers. And once they buy one thing from you, the goal is to have them keep coming back and buy more. So that's this is the agenda for the whole training. So step number 1, like I said, is finding your niche. Do you have a knack for knitting, decorating, or baking desserts? People will pay for your knowledge. Or maybe you're skilled at fishing, carpentry, training dogs, or winning at poker. People will pay for that knowledge too. And if you're skilled at, say, real estate, buying or selling or rehabbing, people will pay for that knowledge too. If you've already given lectures, people will pay for your CDs, DVDs, and transcripts of those lectures. If you've already a distributor for a product line, such as Tupperware, people will pay for related information to those products. You know, you could write a special report on how to keep leftovers for an entire week, and your information will influence readers to buy more of your products. You see, your expertise is valuable to others. You might not consider yourself an expert. Maybe you don't even see yourself in the same league as the big guns who lecture at weekend conferences. All I can say is this: don't sell yourself short. Just look at me. If I'd been too humble or underestimate my potential, I wouldn't be where I am today. If someone like me who started out dead broke can become a highly regarded, high paid expert, why can't you? Even if you don't know more than some folks on a particular topic, if you just learn how to utilize the web, you could be the one making the tons of money. The master plan is to figure out what your niche is, and then you start building your products, which get you to the pot of gold. Now, here's what a niche is. I said I was going to explain this. You got to find a niche to get rich. The niche market is a portion or a subset of the whole market. A business that focuses on a niche market is addressing a need for a product or a service that's not being addressed by the mainstream providers. A niche market may be thought of as a narrowly defined group of potential customers. A niche markets may be ignored or discounted by the larger businesses due to what they consider to be small potential. This in turn is part of the process that makes a niche market available to smaller businesses like us. The key is to capitalize on a niche market is to find or develop a market niche that has customers who are accessible, that is growing fast, and is not owned by one established vendor already. When you find a void and you meet a need, you're looking for something that will sell. Would I have bought this? Is a good question to ask. And is it already out there? Well, how do you find that out? You can go out to different websites and look. You can Google it. You can go to ask.com, or if you're into pets, you can go to dogpile.com. So how many of you can see that you can get rich in your niche? All right. So that's step 1, figuring out what your niche is. Step 2 is developing the product for that niche. Now, there's a lazy way to creating information products out there, and we're going to talk about that. The easiest way to create a how-to product is to turn on a tape recorder and start talking. I'm not kidding. That's an easy way to do it, and I do it all the time. Let's say, for an example, you type up an interview questions and then have somebody else ask you those questions. My first ebook was made exactly like that. I wrote up the questions, handed it to somebody else. They asked me the questions and recorded it. Or you could do a group interview with yourself and other experts in the field and just turn on a recorder. And if you don't feel qualified to advise others, then turn it around and just interview somebody else who is already the expert and record that. You can interview 10 plus different experts, and most will give you an hour of their time just for free publicity. And they provide content, and you're the editor. And you get to keep 100% of the profits. You see, once you've recorded your tips, pointers, or advice, you have several options. You can sell the recording as a downloadable MP3. You can burn it to CDs, or You can transcribe your recording, save it as a PDF, and voila, you now have a self-published offer with your own ebook. And that's just what I was talking about, where I did those questions and handed it to somebody else. Transcription software or an outside service can do the work for you. It could be knowledge about your line of work, your passion in life, or even a favorite hobby. Once you publish your tips, pointers, or advice, there's literally no limit to the number of sales that you can make. How many of you like to make money selling stuff on what you have a passion for? You love to do it. Now you create a product, and now you find other like-minded people out there that want it. You can speak once and sell forever. I love this. Well, how do you capture audio? Well, obviously you can have a hand recorder, but let me give you another one. And this is one I've used a ton of time. It's Audacity. I've got the link out there. It's audacity.sourceforge.net, or you can just Google Audacity and you can find it. And let's say you want to do a one-on-one interview with a member of, like in my case, my staff or your staff, or somebody prominent in the field. I use Audacity, which is a free audio recording editing software, and you simply plug in a mic into your computer. A lot of you already got built-in mics, and the software guides you through the rest. Information products come in many shapes and sizes. Downloadable products are the easiest because you have no inventory and nothing to produce or ship. These include digital books like MP3s, transcripts, special reports, and ebooks. A special report can be as short as 10 pages and sell for $15. If you position your product as a full-fledged home study system, you can charge $197, $497, or even $1,197 like I do. Just know that customers will expect a big fat binder with 100 pages of information and typically 6 audios. The more you include, the more you can charge. That's why so many home study systems include DVDs, CD-ROMs, and bonus reports and booklets. These enhance the perceived value of your package. Depending on the demand for the information, a 50 or 100-page ebook can sell anywhere from $19 to $69, especially if it comes with a downloadable MP3. And you can put this on autopilot because digital products are great because they don't require fulfillment. Customers can download them on demand. By contrast, a physical product like a CD or DVDs or home study systems have to be shipped, but they don't have to be shipped necessarily by you. You can hire a professional fulfillment house to warehouse and ship products for you while your website collects the money and pours it into your bank account. It won't matter if you're on a cruise or skiing in the Rocky Mountains. You can make sales 24/7 without having to lift a finger. Orders come in and somebody else ships it for you. On the information products, let's talk about the digital products out there, like web-based newsletters, ebooks, podcasts, CDs. There is no costly inventory, and you sell for 10, 20, or even 100 times what it costs you to produce them. You can outsource the warehousing and shipping and fulfillment, and life is good. And if you need to get help, here's who I use. I go to Elance. You see that little red circle where it has Elance on there? Write that down. Elance.com. Use them all the time and have for years. Love them. And what it is, it's a website to where you go out, you can post a job. Let's say you made a recording and you want it transcribed. You post it. People bid on it from all over the world. You pick who you want, and you give them the order. You send them off your audio recording, and in a short amount of time, they'll give you a nice transcript back. And you can do so many things out there. It's a great help. In fact, the products that you're looking on the screen right now are ones that I created, and I got help on creating them out on Elance. In fact, the one down in the bottom left on how to use private money to fund your next deal, I had someone write the whole manual for me, and then I went on in and tweaked it to put my touch on it. But they did virtually the whole thing. Look, do you buy from Amazon? Well, here's what I do. I put the ebooks on Amazon, and they sell in the U.S., but they also sell in the U.K. and France, and money from the sales just go right into my bank account. Can you see that you could have a part-time business that makes you more money than your full-time job because it's open 24 hours a day? Unlimited number of products to sell, Online shopping captures credit information. Customers come back for more and more. Do you see how easy it is to create and find products that you can easily sell? Your profit margin is incredible. They are higher in this business than in any other industry. When you sell products, your profit margin is the portion of sales price that you get to keep after you recoup all of your cost. For an example, if you own a bookstore and you average a profit margin on a paperback book, it's 33%. So for every $15 book that you would sell, you get to keep $5. However, when you publish downloadable ebooks or MP3, your profit margin is 100%. And it makes no difference whether you charge $19, $39, $69. No matter what the price, you have zero hard costs because you make up create an ebook or a recording. You do a recorder. Let's say you got a hand recorder. You create a recording, and you can set it up to where this is downloaded on the internet. When folks download whatever they pay, you don't have any cost. I mean, you never have to trade hours for dollars. And with a home study system like information products, your income isn't tied to your time. There's no limit to the number of customers that you can serve, and you can sell dozens, hundreds, or even thousands of units per day, and it won't matter if you're at your desk, sailing, or taking your kids to the movie. I bet you're starting to imagine titles for your first product right now. I know I would be if this is the first time I'd been through this. That's great. But the money you make from your basic product is just the beginning, and here's why. Once your customers like you and trust you, they'll want more information and advice. They'll want your recommendations, and they'll want you to help solve problems. And they'll be happy to pay higher prices for your back-end products. And if you don't know what back-end products is, that's okay. I'll explain that here in just a second. Now, step 3, creating a website. What stumps most entrepreneurs is generating new customers. And to generate a new customer, you need a website. And even more important, you need traffic to the website. Traffic is your folks showing up. This is where most people fail. They spend way too much on advertising, and all they get is an embarrassment trickle of traffic to their website. They waste thousands of dollars and months of their life on internet marketing methods that just don't work. And some of these strategies were effective 6 months ago, but they lost their punch because things change fast on the internet. Well, I'm going to talk to you about how to build an impressive, high-profit website on a shoestring budget right now. This is the hub of your money-making machine. You want to write these down real quick. One is your domain name. Whatever you come up with for your product, you got to have a domain name. And that's how people find you. That's, find your website. And then you got to have somebody to host your website. You build the site, you attract customers, and then visitors, and then you attract the visitors to customers. Now, just in case some of you don't know how this works, let me lay out the layers of how this is structured. Number 1 is you got your website. Then, behind that is you have your shopping cart. And that's where people come in and pay their money, put in their credit card number, and ka-ching, it goes into your bank account, which is called a merchant account. And that's the one that takes the money and plunks it into your bank. You see, creating your website is really very simple. It can be done with virtually no expense and in no time. And here's the wonderful thing about selling on the web. You can make sales 24 hours a day without ever taking a phone call. And instead of convincing people to buy over and over again, you can put your sales pitch in writing, which is called a sales letter, which does the convincing for you. Basically, you list the benefits of your product, you explain why it's better than the alternatives, and you list the consequences of not buying. Without your information, what problems or frustrations will keep on aggravating your prospects, and your job is to go out and answer those. If your free content is this good, then the potential customer will reason that the information that they pay for must be much, much better. So the number 1 blunder out there on folks that are posting information on their website is when they put up testimonials, they might put the person's name up, but they don't put the city and state, which makes people think that the person is not real. That's the biggest blunder that they can make on there. Or Also, another blunder is just not getting testimonials. And that helps convince people that you got a good product. Valuable content strengthens your relationship, and the stronger your relationships, the more responsive your visitors will be when you recommend products or services in the future. And instead of just having customers, you got devoted fans who look up to you. And when you find articles your visitors will love, then all you need to do is copy and paste, and then your website is rich with valuable content. In fact, if you want to know where to get some of this content for free, I'll show you right now. The internet is a wealth of information, and many people are happy to share. Plenty of article databases. This is websites with articles that other people have written exist with mounds of free content for the taking. The only requirement is you give full credit to whoever wrote the article. Now, I go out and I post articles out on the internet, and if people want to use them, that's awesome. They just have to agree to leave my name in there. And I've listed some places here on Articles Base and Article Biz, and I use these. These are the ones I use. Now, how do you rack up bigger sales? By bundling products together? Well, here's an example. I give a one-day seminar on real estate investing. I record the seminar on both audio and video, and then I have the audio transcribed. Now, let's count up how many products I can do that. So let's say you got a passion for something, you go out and you do a one-day seminar. I don't care how many people in the room. You can have 3 people there, you can have 300, but you record it, and now you can go out and make products out of it. Number one is the CD is an audio book on the topic of my seminar. I can have the audio and the video edited, music added, and transfer it to DVDs and CDs. Number 3 is I can edit the transcript, and it becomes a low-cost ebook which can be sold alone or bundled as a free bonus with higher priced products, and I do that. The transcript then can be turned into a manual or used as the basis of a new home study system, and the video can be transferred to a DVD or be made into a streaming video on my private membership site, only available to subscribers. And number 6, the CD, transcript, and DVD can be all bundled together at a higher price. Not bad for a single day's work. Well, how do you develop back-end products that are guaranteed to sell? And I said I was going to explain this a little bit ago. You get customers to tell you what other advice they're hungry for, what other information voids needed to be filled. You use this first-hand knowledge then to go out and create information products that are guaranteed to sell like gangbusters because your people are telling you that they want it. And don't forget about private consulting. Your customer list, as it grows and your expert reputation spreads, more and more people will contact you for advice. That's when you can start charging big bucks for coaching or consulting. And here's the best part. You won't have to convince anybody to hire you. That's because your information products will already have sold them, and just state your rate. Either they hire you or they don't. You've got nothing to lose. And you can command a huge amount per hour, $75 to $500 per hour for consulting, depending on your field. In fact, I've had one guy pay me $10,000 for 4 hours of consulting, if you can believe that. I mean, and he set the price. And I'll tell you what, he got his money's worth many, 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 many times over. Step 4, you get people to your website. All right, how do we do that? Well, I drew this funnel out. I want to talk to you about it. Up at the top, you see the S's. That is suspects. That can be like everyone on the planet Earth. And the goal is to get them to notice you. And let's say, for an example, they come to your site and they give you their email because you give them something free. Then they have become the P's on there, which is prospects. In other words, they've raised their hand and are interested in what you have to offer. And then eventually, as they move down the funnel, they become a C, which is customer, and because they buy your product. And the goal would be to never let them out of your funnel. You continue to produce more information products for them, and they continue to buy. And you can build an army of affiliates who flood your website with customers. We're talking about getting people to your website. You pay in direct proportion to the results generated. So if an affiliate generates 100 sales per day, then they get paid a percent of those 100 sales. But if they only generate 1 sale, they only get paid for 1 sale. With regular advertising, you go out and you pay a flat fee. If you got banner ads and different things like that on the internet, you would pay for those ads. But if you got affiliates, you only pay if they perform. In short, selling through affiliates is 100% risk free. It's like having 1,000 salespeople working to make you rich, and I have over 1,000 affiliates driving people to my website. Would you like to make money while you sleep? Well, this is it. They drive traffic to your website. There is no advertising cost for you, and you don't pay them until after you have been paid. And they only get paid when they sell something. Now, what I've done is I created a check sheet on how to find affiliates. And I use that as a tool to help find affiliates. Now, you can realize that this is the key to allowing you to keep making money all the time, even while you sleep. Now, let's move into step 5. Step 5 is build a fence around your herd with back-end sales. You can multiply your revenue per customer by 10, 20, 50 times with higher priced back-end products. In the brick and mortar world, a back-end product would be like the razor blades that you'd put inside your shaver, or the filters that for your coffee maker and batteries for your personal electronics. That's the back-end product. When you sell information, back-end products are typically higher priced and more comprehensive than your introductory products. For example, suppose a customer bought a $39 ebook and now she wants a complete step-by-step system, so she goes ahead and buys your home study system for $297. And she's impressed by your home study system, so she subscribes to your CD of the month, and then she hires you for private coaching or consulting. See what I mean? They just stick around and keep buying your products. Or you do webinars and 10, 20, or even 50 times with higher priced back-end products. And I love doing webinars because it's my way of doing a lot of teaching and a lot of great information to my customer base. When the number of participants is small, you could use a Q&A format on a webinar, and it's actually the easiest because you don't have to prepare anything in advance. They ask questions and you just answer the questions. Or you often develop a personal friendships with people on your call. And with larger groups, you'll want to do a lecture format, which is what I do the most of. Now, when you're ready to host a conference call or a webinar, there's third-party companies out there that can almost do everything for you. You don't need any special software because you use the phone systems or websites. All you have to do is click, drag, and talk. You can run a conference call or a webinar sitting at your kitchen table in your blue jeans and t-shirts. And by the way, thanks to today's technology, launching your own membership site is very, very easy. There are hundreds of membership sites in existence right now, and subscribers regularly pay $25 to $50 a month for password access to these sites. When membership includes a printed monthly newsletter, a CD of the month, webinars, or conference calls, subscribers pay as much as $99 a month to subscribe. And the good news for you is because of where the world's at right now, there are templates and forums and article selections already in place out there. All you have to do is fill in the content. So there's already membership sites templates that you can buy, and then you just post your content on there, and or you can even invite your customers to post content. Think about that. And do you know what back-end products to create? Well, it's easy. You just ask your customers. Email your customers a free newsletter, and that's exactly how I started out. Along with a short article or tip sheet, invite them to email you with questions, problems, and sticking points in their life. And you can even have a mailbag in each newsletter where you answer questions from the previous week. This is how I started out, and that gave me, I thought when I started out I'd have one product, and the next thing I know, I'm finding out my customers, they want more and more, and that newsletter helped trigger more and more information. When you find that many of your customers share the same problems, you can solve their problems with joint ventures. So what is a joint venture? Well, you team up with another company to offer their product. Let's say you got 1,000 customers, and that's actually a good trigger point to when you want to start joint venturing, when you got something to offer, because you would go to the joint ventures list and they would come to your list. and you got to have a list out there to make it worth their while. You will be sought after by business owners wanting to joint venture with you. And that's why so many companies have affiliate programs paying you in direct proportion to the sales you generate. And it's far more attractive than gambling money on flat fees. And this is great news. Here's why. Your customers will be able to consume new products faster than you can create them. And that is so true. So after your customers buy everything you have to sell them, JVs give you a way to generate more and more cash from your customer list. And joint ventures with companies that can solve your customers' products is a win-win, and then you split the profits. Or you can find products and services or web-based tools that solve their problems, and then form a joint venture with the people behind these products and split the profit generated from your recommendations. You can recommend the JV product via email. You can also do it in a group conference call, either by yourself or with other JV partners, given the presentations, and I do both of those. A moment ago, I suggested encouraging customers to email you with their questions and problems. When you notice that a lot of people share a common problem, you can create a new product of your own. Now let's explore the lifetime value of a customer. And I think you'll be very interested in this. A lot of people don't think about this. Let's suppose your basic product is a downloadable MP3 combined with an ebook, and you sell it for $39. Since you have no production cost, your profit is $39. But let's say over the next 5 years you develop a series of other products, and we call them back-end products, ranging from a $297 home study system to a $2,000 weekend conference. You also create a membership site that people pay $29 a month for password access to the site. So you're starting to build more products. At the end of 5 years, you average how much each customer is paid over the lifetime of doing business with you over those 5 years. On the low end, there are customers that only bought your $39 basic product, which is your MP3 and your ebook. But as you can see, the sky's the limit. At the high end, there are customers who bought everything. Everything. Think about that. Perhaps your gross profit on these customers is $3,000 each. Of course, most of your customers fall somewhere in between. So you add up all your total revenue for the 5 years, divide it by the number of customers in your database, and find that the average lifetime value is $683. Now watch this. In this example, you can count on banking $683 over the 5-year period on every time you make a $39 sale. And that's not including the additional monies you'd make through joint ventures. That's just your stuff. Other back-end products is live events, and I hold a number of these a year. You got two options. You can speak and sell, which is what I do, or you can never speak and have others sell, and you make money either way. So you could put on an event, not be the person selling, but have other speakers come in, and then you split the money. So where does this money come from? Well, the gate, we talked about that. That's how much people pay just to come to the event. And then if you sell something at the event, you'd have that, you personally. And then if other speakers sells, you'd have money from them too. And then if you sell coaching, then you have that after the event. So you make money 4 ways. Why am I telling you this? Well, I don't tell you this to impress you. I tell you this to impress upon you that the money you are missing out on. Do you understand how back-end products can really create huge amounts of passive income? And it starts off with one product. You create one product and then you go from there. Are you beginning to see that your customer list is valuable? Actually, it is the pot of gold of your business. Now, I want to make sure we're all calibrated here. I just walked you through the 5 steps. Number 1 is you find your niche. Number 2, you develop your product. Number 3 is you create a website to display your product and drive people to, which is number 4. And number 5 is you build a fence around that with back-end products and increase your profit. And let's recap the ideal business. You have control. You make money on what you have a passion for. You leverage your time, energy, and money. Yields a nice profit margin, which is huge. Requires low startup cost, no inventory needed, no expertise needed, no employees needed. Easily, simply, and quickly creates a large profit. Now let me tell you about what happened to me. I participated in mastermind groups, and one of the other members, his name is Sherman Ragland, was so impressed by my internet sales process that he offered me $5,000 to give him a private 2-day internet marketing boot camp. It was one on one, just him and I. During the weekend together, I showed him how to combine search engine optimization strategies, SEO, to get my website ranked number one, like I showed you. I also showed him how to drive traffic to the website with affiliate programs, which we talked about, pay-per-click advertising, banner ads, and writing articles for people who need newsletters and website content. Finally, I showed him how to capture email addresses from visitors who aren't ready to buy yet. They were those S's on that chart, that funnel I showed you. They were the suspects that gave me up their email and they might buy something someday. And then I used my email newsletter called an e-zine to win them over. Well, while walking through my A to Z system, I recorded the whole weekend, the 2-day weekend with him. And when word got out, some of my customers wanted to participate too, and I actually got a few begging me to let them in. I created a complete package of support materials, including 2 jam-packed binders, 12 audios, a CD-ROM, and 130 forms, think of that, and 22 foolproof check sheets. I showed you the one on the top part of the one on the affiliates. So I bundled together all of the materials, including the live recordings of my weekend with Sherman, and I'm releasing it to public as a boot camp in a box. That means right now you can get the equivalent of a weekend boot camp without the high cost of an airline ticket, hotel, or rent-a-car. Without a proven A to Z system, you could spend months or years spinning your wheels. You could waste thousands of dollars in trial and error. And this groundbreaking A to Z system shows you how to create info products that sell like crazy and then generate record profits with a bulletproof internet marketing campaign, all the while working part-time with no employees. Well, here's a bulletproof system that I used to generate thousands last year through info products, sales, and joint ventures part-time. Introducing my Internet Money Made Easy system, and it's actually 2 manuals. One is the niche system, and the other one is the marketing system. And let me go through this. Let me talk about the first one, the niche system, because that's how you got to get out of the starting blocks. Well, here's the 3 areas that it covers. Number 1 is the building blocks. And in that, determining what your niche is, simple products to create, and product creation the easy way. Number 2 is developing your product, finding folks to help. We talked about Elance, which is one of many, and expanding your product line. And number 3, the powerful website creation, domain name, sales page, which keeps on selling for you over and over again, and boosting your search engine ranking, and keywords that make you money. Getting rich in the niche, well, how to determine your niche, how to pick your products that sell and fill that void and meet a need. This is your roadmap to riches. How to choose hot topics that sell like crazy. In developing your product, choose the most profitable format. We talked about a handful here today. Creating killer products and the best way to find a writer, a ghostwriter, transcriber. Cost-friendly graphic design, speak once and sell forever, and capturing that audio. The perfect package and assembling your product. And expanding your product line to expand your profit. Look at that. When you expand your product line, you expand your wealth. The formula to easily create a home study system. Everybody, they get started and they go out the laborious way of creating their first product, and there's actually a very streamlined way to create products. Now, how to record it for free, and my cool 20 question system that I've used over and over and over again to create products, and your first book and ebooks. Super step-by-step check sheets on copywriting procedures, developing your product, finding a writer, graphic design, home study system creation, expanding your product line, domain name and hosting, building your site if you want, finding keywords, starting with a killer sales page, and website content. Now, I want you to understand what you're looking at here. A check sheet is where I have put down the step-by-step process that I go through, very simple steps to go through for each one of those, and created a check sheet for each one. And on powerful website creation, choosing domain name and hosting. What do you want on a web page? Killer sales page, great headlines, which get people to pay attention, getting help, and Focusing on content is king out there. Creation of articles, evergreen content, helping them click until they buy, boosting your search engine ranking, and choosing the perfect keywords. That's all included in the niche system. Now let me move to the second manual, the marketing system. And there's 5 areas in this. Number one is gathering the herd. Well, I started off doing that with newsletters and it works today. Search engine ads. Number two is the untapped gold mine. I love this. Joint ventures and viral marketing. Joint ventures is teaming up with somebody else and taking those people to your customers, or them taking you to their customers, so that you can both profit from that. And then your money making army. We talked about this. Number three is the affiliate team. This can be a pot of gold for you. And then if you want, speaking and the right tools that you need. On the marketing system, it's really busted into 2 major parts: gathering the herd and then fencing the herd. You got to keep them interested. So you create a great newsletter. You can even have ghostwriters do it for you. Or you can record it and have somebody transcribe it and publish it that way. Easy formatting and extra cash with newsletter ads if you so desire. Killer tactics for list building. Well, search engine ads, the way to do it. Banner ads, viral marketing, and joint ventures. And your army, affiliate army out there. Gathering your herd, well, powerful and profitable speaking. I talk about that in this system, and how to perfect your speech. Now, how do you fence the herd and keep the customers coming back? Well, strategic giveaways. Give a little, get a lot. How to create lucrative promotions. You make more products, you make more money, like we talked about, and harnessing your internet community. Now, within these 2 systems, you need to know about these items that I've got up here right now. Create and secure PDFs. See, when you create an audio and then have it transcribed, and then you edit it to which creates it into your ebook, well, if you put it out there on a Word document, the letters can move around. So what everybody does is they put it into what's called a PDF format, and that locks everything into place. You can turn your rough recordings into a flawless CD quality presentation and turn your audio into a written transcript. You transform your rough transcripts into a professionally written ebook or home study system. I talked to you about where to find ebook templates online and where to get royalty-free art and graphics to use. I've got 12 audios where I recorded the step-by-step process that I walked Sherman through in that 2-day boot camp. And you'll know the right way to position your business to start generating wealth the fastest way, and you'll be able to answer the toughest questions out there. On the audio CDs, look at the list of topics that I cover. Affiliate recruitment, article submission, banner advertising. It goes on and on and on. I'm not going to read all this, but it doesn't stop. Well, you can read down through there: home study system, joint venture contracts, locating affiliates, marketing materials for affiliates, newsletter etiquette and registration and newsletter format. Very important out there. It goes on, and viral marketing. On the form CD, so I got the manuals, I got the audios, the 12 audios. I've also got a form CD. On the form CD, I've got 130 files. 69 of them are links to key websites where you can get a lot of free information out there for your business. The 22 check sheets are ones that I created, and these sets me apart from the rest of the industry because I don't believe anybody else has these. What these do is they give you a step-by-step system on how to implement and how to make money on the internet. Plus 27 forms that I'm going to talk about in just a second. On the 27 forms, they're forms that you need to have to run your business. They're here. And then what I did was I created coaching lessons for affiliates. So I want to create this affiliate army. I've got one, and I want you to have one too. And so what I did was I got 12 coaching lessons that you can email out to your affiliates to keep them in tune with what you're doing in your business and have them get in gear and start driving customers to buy your product. And all the work's done for you. Now, on the 69 critical links on the form CD, I made them hot. All you have to do is click on them and you go right to the website. You don't have to go on in and retype everything. Ebook Gold, ebook template source, ebook graphics, and the template zone. These are hot links on the CD, 69 of them. You just click on it, you go right to the site, and there are tools out there to help you with your business. In fact, here's just a couple of them that I just mentioned right there. There's a template zone and ebook gold. And you just go to these dynamite sites, and there's a lot of great educational material, a lot of free stuff out there, or some stuff you might want to buy. Now, these check sheets, I love these. I have a passion for check sheets. There's nothing else like this on the planet. Key checklist to make your life a breeze. How to set up a website check sheet. How to find a copywriter check sheet. How to find affiliates check sheet. And much, 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 much more. The checklist guaranteed that nothing falls through the cracks so that you complete each step necessary to make you money. And here's one more unique thing about Internet Money Made Easy system. To my knowledge, there is no other course on this topic that comes up with foolproof check sheets. You find one, let me know. My 22 life-saving check sheets make it impossible to overlook a single step on your path to financial freedom. And on the 27 forms I talked about, here's just a couple of them: newsletter, banner advertising, speaker agreements, order forms, things you would need when you go out and put on an event, or in the newsletter, you start your e-zine, or you can have one that you mail, however you want to set it up. To have these created for you, it would cost you hundreds and hundreds of dollars to have these 27 forms made up. And your affiliate team, I give you a free website to advertise for affiliates. And I give you that check sheet to create an affiliate program and drive affiliates and find affiliates for your website. And I give you the 12 coaching lessons out there to retain and make your affiliates better affiliates for you. I make it so simple that making money out there, you'll be able to find your way to wealth within less than 7 days. You can turn your ideas into finished products in record time. And here's a $1 million secret. When there's a huge demand for information, but it can't be found easily, the result is a powerful vacuum effect. And I'll show you how to profit from this dynamic and literally create your own niche market because of that. I'll show you a step-by-step method for finding out two things. One, how many people are searching for how-to information on each topic, and how many websites are meeting the demand. Now, let me break this down for you. I went through the 5 steps to wealth. The first 3 steps are in volume 1, the niche book, the niche system, how to find the niche, how to develop your product, and how to create a website. And the other 2 are getting people to your website and building a fence around your herd is in the marketing system. What would you have to pay to have all the money you need? Well, let's say you went out and you spent your time, let's say your time is worth $20 an hour, and it took you 160 hours to find your own niche. That's $3,200 on your time, and then you got to develop your product. And let's say for your first product, not knowing what to do, it takes you 100 hours to do that. That's $20 an hour, that's $2,000. And then you got to create a website, 200 hours on that, it's $4,000 of your time, because you have to learn how to create a website and all that. And then you get folks to your site, 150 hours of that, that's $3,000. And then you got to fence your herd so you can keep making money from the folks that you found. 150 hours of that on figuring out how to fence them in and then start fencing them in, that's $3,000. That adds up to $15,200. I can't charge that for the 2 systems. The investment of the 2 systems is $897, worth every penny of that. Like I said, just to create the 27 forms, you'd pay hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, way more than what I got on there, just to create the 27 forms. $897, and I'm going to give you an Alan Cowgill stimulus program here in just a second, so just hang on. But let me ask you this first. Do you really think you can learn all the ins and outs of becoming a skilled on information products on your own in a month out there? Well, you can't. But I'll tell you what, Bob Beckman, he's president of a company, and he came to me and asked me for help on something, and here's what he wrote me back. He said, I've been in this business for many years, and I've never dealt with anyone as giving and thoughtful as you have been. The ideas, feedback, and tips you provided me out of the goodness of your heart are truly touching. There may be no way for me to ever truly thank you other than to tell you that if I can ever help you in any way, I will. In the meantime, you've given me some homework, and I will start working to improve the graphics, content, and maybe a little humor into my presentation this very morning. Thank you, Bob Beckman. Pretty powerful testimonial from a president of a company. Well, I told you to make an Alan Cowgill stimulus program, $897. This is what it sells for. But for being on this training, I'm going to give you a tremendous discount. It's only $497, and you can see that says bonus one. Well, I'll tell you what, there's going to be some more bonuses here, um, and you're going to love them. Number two, I want you to get started coming out of the starting blocks immediately. So I'm going to give you your own first product that you can go out and sell. It's all done for you. The cover's done, the disclaimer page in there, the table of contents is done. It's 31 pages. Value to create, well, hundreds of dollars. And you can sell it for whatever you want. Or you could give it away free as a bonus. But if you want to go up and set it out on a website in $19.95 to $49.95, put your name on it. It's your own ebook to sell. Bonus number three, and this is powerful. This is my $1 million Rolodex. This one of the most well-kept secrets out there is the resources that us marketers, us internet marketers, use to help us, the behind-the-scenes folks. It would take you years to find them on your own. Well, I hold nothing back, and I give you mine on a silver platter. And without this Rolodex, you'd have to start from scratch posting ads for freelance, reading reviews of their work, evaluating portfolios, trading emails, phone calls. All that takes time, doesn't it? You know, and even after screening someone, there's no guarantees that their work's going to be up to your, level. They could fail to meet your deadline, or worse, disappear after receiving your down payment. It's taken me years of work, different vendors and freelancers to find pros I now use. And during that period, I wasted thousands of dollars on poor quality work. Why spend years when I can give it to you? And you can instantly benefit from my years of experience and skip the growing pains. And you and I can be using the same folks. You get the names of some of the same professionals I personally use and recommend, including transcription service, my ghostwriter, direct response copywriter, ebook cover designer, fulfillment house, my conference call service, webmaster, and web designer. And on that ghostwriter, I got a couple different levels that I use, but you get those. When the time comes, my $1 million Rolodex will save you thousands of dollars and tons of aggravation. Bonus number four. I want to help you with your education. I got 2 great ebooks. There is a company out there, you might not know them, but they're called ClickBank. They are awesome. What they do is they allow folks like you and I to post a product out there, and then affiliates go out and sell your product for you, and they get a percent of whatever they sell it for, and you get what's left over. Well, what I did was I went out and I hired someone through Elance to create a vendor guide, someone that is making a ton of money on ClickBank right now. And so I went in and paid them to make this, and then I went ahead and tweaked it, and you're going to get it for free. So it's a 34-page book. It's awesome. It is well done. There's advanced topics in there, how to attract affiliates, the pricing, the whole thing. Ebook number 2 is the Master Guide of Internet Marketing. This is one I did. Turning suspects into prospects, creating products with real value, 10 quick ways to improve your website. Bang, bang, bang. 42-page ebook. You're going to get it for free. And super bonus number 5 is $3,900 worth of private consulting, but only if you act now. This is bonus number 5. I'm giving you 1 year of mentoring with me. This is where I can work with you personally. I'll give you my personal email to where you and I can work together, and I can help you out. And you'll see a limited number there. I want to talk about that in just a second. You need the mentoring certificate because you get answers to questions that's going to take you years to learn on your own. You'll be able to move fast because I'm in your corner, and I don't know if you know this or not, but if you want to get a hold of me, you can't. Access to me is restricted. I have gatekeepers, people that answer the phone for me, and they're great folks, and they do a great job of answering questions. But if you want to work directly with me, then you need this certificate because it is my personal email. I got to limit that to the first 17 folks that jump all over this. So the first 17 folks get me too. And by now you know the incredible power of information products on the internet. I want to work with people to take action. That's why you need to jump all over that. There's a limited number of mentoring certificates, as you just heard. And I'm so sure that you'll succeed. I'm giving you a no risk guarantee. And if the systems are not for you, the Internet Money Made Easy systems, I'll give you a prompt and courteous refund. But you aren't going to return. In fact, I don't get hardly any returns on this thing because it's so awesome. Normally, people are just gushing with and thanking me for creating the system. So if you find for any reason that you're not thrilled, 7 days after the receipt of the product, anytime within that 7 days, if you don't want it, you can return it. No questions, no hassle. You get a prompt and courteous refund. And no matter what you decide, you can keep my $1,000,000 Rolodex for free. Now let's recap. You get the niche system and you get the marketing system. $897 for those two systems. I just cut it in half there on that. Rolodex, to me, it's priceless. But I had to come up with a price. Come up with $1,997. The mentoring certificate, $3,900 for me for a year. And I give you your first product and 2 ebooks. Put $1,000 on those. In fact, creation of the first product is worth $1,000 by itself. That's a total of $7,891. You're going to get it for only $497, but you have to act right now. That's a saving of $7,394. Here's the system all laid out. You get the niche system, you get the marketing system, and the 12 audios, and the Form CD, and the Rolodex of all the folks I do business with. Me to personally mentor you, the 2 ebooks, and your first product out there. You got 3 options. Option number 1 is to do nothing. And what do you get when you do nothing? You get nothing. Some of you are waiting for your ship to come in, sitting back here dreaming and hoping, but you got to invest in yourself. You got to take action. If you're setting for your ship to come in, and some cases your ship hadn't even left the dock yet, you got to take action. Number 2 is do it yourself through trial and error, and you're going to find it's like working through a fog out there if you don't have the right tools. Or number 3 is to take action, embrace my system, and make an immediate, no-risk investment on a proven system. Frankly, I can't imagine building an information product company and not having the very best system I could get my hands on. You can start your own lucrative information products system right now, and my Internet Money Made Easy system will be the heart of your business. Now it's up to you. Question of it is, what kind of action are you going to take? Well, to get involved, you go to www.allensoffer.com/IMME for Internet Money Made Easy. Now, I made my name plural. It's ALANS offer, Allens offer, OFFER.com/IMME. Or you can just click down on your browser and go there right now so you don't miss out on me helping you mentor you. Or you can call my friendly operators, 1-800-584-3346. Let me give it to you again. Write this down, 800-584-3346. Operators are standing by, ready to take care of you. They're super folks, easy to work with. You call in, you place your order, everything is secure, and you can jump all over this. And everything's timestamped, so I know when the orders come in. So you can go to allensoffer.com/IMME. I capitalize those. You don't have to capitalize any of those letters. It'll work either way. Or call 1-800-584-3346. What you get is you get a fat manual on the niche system. Very easy to read, very easy to follow, and as you go through it, I put my check sheets in there, step by step by step. And then you also get the marketing system on gathering your herd and keeping your fence around your herd. Once again, great manual, easy to read. You got check sheets, and with both systems, you get 12 audios, my 2-day training. It's just like me sitting next to you, training you, because I was sitting next to Sherman and training him, and everything was recorded, and we walked through it step by step by step. Plus, you get my form CDs, 130 forms, 69 awesome websites. But the reason you ought to get it, is for my 22 check sheets. And I've got 27 forms that would cost you hundreds of dollars to get. Plus, as bonuses, you get your very first product. You get a You get my Rolodex. People I work with, you get those, and you get two ebooks out there. I think you're going to love the one on ClickBank. It is so well done, and you can take the book I'm giving you, your free product, and put it out there. What the heck do I care? It's your product, right? And that's why I'm giving it to you. So you got nothing to fear, nothing to, no reason to hold you back. You ought to jump right all over this thing, because for $497, you're getting all the tools you need to go out and start making money on the internet. You go to www.allensoffer.com/IMME or 1-800-584-3346. Well, I want to thank you for taking the time to invest in yourself. And, that's how we grow, and that's how we get wealthy, isn't it? Well, to your wealth.